Welcome to episode 3 of the Triple Threat Podcast. This will be our NHL segment from one of our quick pods. I will be starting with big trades. As we stated previously in the introduction episode, I am the big, and I mean big, hockey guy. I spent probably 10 years just watching any games, although Habs are my team and they are kicking butt this year, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm just going to focus on trades that, in my opinion, bring great value. So I'm actually going to start with Couple coming back to LA. So he was in LA 3 years ago. And he had a very good year. And then he had a little trouble in the 2023-2024 season. He got sent down to the AHL. And then in free agency, Tampa Bay picked him up. And then Tampa Bay traded him back to LA. LA got him back, and he's back in the AHL. Now, why I think it's a good trade for LA... Yes, LA has some good goaltender right now with Darcy Kemper. But if ever there's an injury, Copley can be a seriously good kind of safety net. He has his times, but it is also a little risky because he is on the older side. He is 31 or 32, if I'm not mistaken. So it could be good, but it could also be bad. But we'll have to just see. But this happened on October 15, and Copley has not been in any of the games as I know of. December 12th was a major, and I mean major, trade day. Two big trades happened today, and I'll actually be talking to Chris about one of them because he's a big Vancouver fan.
I am suffering.
But I will start with the Edmonton and Pittsburgh trade. So Edmonton traded for Tristan Jarry and Samuel Poulou, which Samuel is a prospect that Edmonton reached out to get with Jarry. I do not know much about him, so I'm hoping that the scouting staff of Edmonton saw something, and we'll see how he goes. But the two main goalies, because Pittsburgh in return got Stuart Skinner, Brent Kulak, which is a pretty decent defenseman, and a 2029 second-round pick. Now, the Tristan Jarry for Stuart Skinner, honestly, I thought it was Swiss cheese for Swiss cheese. They're both having pretty rough years, but since the trade, Stuart Skinner has been one of the best goalies in the NHL.
Swiss cheese turned into cheddar.
Oh, turned into Gouda. And Tristan Jarry played one game, got injured, and now you win one, lose two, win one, but goal badly. Like, it's not looking like Edmonton found their answer, but at the same time, with Skinner out, maybe Edmonton was the problem, you know? Now, Chris.
You know what? Just get it over with. Do it quick.
Quinn Hughes getting traded from Vancouver to Minnesota.
Oh, it hurts every time.
That being said, I still think Vancouver might have won this trade.
I mean, long term, maybe.
Because they got Marco Rossi, which is a center. He's a top 6 center. So if he can... He's going to probably center the second line, because Pettersson's probably going to center that first line unless he gets traded.
Yeah.
So if he can center that second line and bring scoring to Vancouver on that second line and help out that first line, who, let's not sugarcoat it, has been struggling this year.
I mean, that whole team is struggling, but especially, you're right, the top of the order has been awful.
Yeah. And you get another prospect, Liam Ogren, a forward, which on his first game, I'm pretty sure, scored for Vancouver.
Oh yeah, no, like the first, I think it was 3 games after the trade.
Yeah.
The Canucks, I think it was they were 2-1-1 in the first 4 games.
Yeah.
So for a brief glimpse there, it looked like Vancouver almost won the trade.
Yeah.
Which, me as a Canucks fan, I was baffled.
Yeah. And then you got Zeev Buyum, who's a defenseman. So he's basically taken over Quinn Hughes' spot on the D line. Now, skill-wise, it's not even close. Quinn Hughes has the skills. But if you can build this guy to be half of Quinn Hughes, you got a pretty stellar defenseman.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So Vancouver's going to have to build him properly because he's a rookie this year. Mm-hmm. He was a rookie in Minnesota. He was doing well in Minnesota. Yeah. So let's just hope that he can keep the pace that he's on right now in Vancouver.
Yeah. I mean, I think Vancouver did the right thing. I mean, they're bottom of the league. They might as well just go full rebuild. So getting some pieces and whatnot is fine. But I will miss the Ghosts.
Well, Quinn Hughes also said he didn't want to be part of a rebuild.
That is true. He did come out and say that.
So he forced Vancouver's hand.
Yeah, I mean, power to him. I hope he finds success in Minnesota, and hopefully both teams win out on this trade. But the season might just be a write-off for the Canucks at this point.
No, we'll have to see. Now, another trade that for me personally, just because I like the guy, he is a little dirty, but I like how greedy this guy is because he never backs down. Columbus acquired Mason Marchment from Seattle. And Seattle, in return, got a 2027 second-round pick and a 2026 fourth-round pick. Now, Marchment he's a good shooter. He handles the puck properly. He's physical. He does take some penalties he shouldn't take. But overall, he can get you goals. He can get you points. He can set up the game. So that's what Columbus needed right now. And Columbus is doing pretty well lately, and I will talk about that later. Here's a trade that I don't really understand, because in my opinion, it doesn't help the player. Anderson being acquired from Vegas does not help Anderson as a player.
Why do you say that?
Anderson went from being on the top pair, top power play unit, top to not in a single power play unit on Vegas, being on the second penalty kill on Vegas, and being on the second line in Vegas.
Oh, so he just gave up all of his prime real estate in terms of rotation.
Basically, he gave. Could it affect his contract negotiations down the road? Is what I'm asking myself.
I mean, absolutely.
Because if you're on the second line and not on the power play, any of the power play units, and you're on the second line with Noah Hannafin, which he's another stellar defenseman, your point productions might not go down the roof. Now, Anderson's pretty good at blocking shots, making nice long passes and everything, but during contract negotiations, a lot of GMs will look at defensemen, and if they can defend, but points do also matter.
Yeah, well,
you can't also just have a bunch of Jacob Slavin who are just lockdown, you know?
Well, you're absolutely right there, Miggy, because, the intangibles, like you said, are blocking shots, the difficult passes and stuff, none of that comes up in conversation for contracts. That's always sort of awards and within team chemistry kind of things. Like you're right, all the GMs are going to see is went from top of the line to second line and point production is down. So I honestly, I think you're right. That's a lot to give up.
Totally. And in return, the Flames got Zachary Whitecloud. He's 29 years old. He's a defenseman. So they got a defenseman for a defenseman. They also got a top prospect, Abram Webb. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about him. I haven't heard, but I will be keeping track to see how this trade turns out. They also got a 2027 first-round pick and a conditional second-round pick in 2028. But if Vegas wins the Cup, it's a first. Now, do I see Vegas win the cup? No. But that's just my opinion, right? We'll see how the rest of the 30 games are played.
Never say never.
Yeah. Now, New York Islanders and the New Jersey Devils, a trade I did not think would happen because not a lot of trades happen between these two teams. Palat, who is a very well-known veteran, a third-round pick in 2026 and a sixth-round pick in 2027, got shipped to New York Islanders. And the New Jersey Devils received Maxim Tsiplokov, a forward high potential. I have seen this youngster play, and he impresses me. Honestly, he's top 6, in my opinion, on his potential. So it's just finding the right guy to put with him.
Yeah.
Now, I would start in bottom 6 and see how he's doing and see if there's an injury that happens in New Jersey. Ship him on the top 6, see how he's holding up. So he has high potential, but that's the problem with all these high potential players too. Like, they could have high potential on this team, and then they go to another team, and the chemistry's not clicking. Right?
Yeah.
So we'll have to keep up. But the absolute robbery that happened on February 4th, LA traded breadcrumbs to Rangers for the bread man. Panarin was sent to LA, signed a 2-year, $22 million. And apparently the Rangers are retaining some of that salary. I don't remember how much. I don't want to make any speculations, so we'll come back. For a prospect, Liam Greentree, which he's good, but is he point a game good? Right?
I mean, point a game good is so rare.
Yeah. And a conditional third-round pick in 2026, which if LA wins 1 round of the playoffs this year, it turns into a second-round pick. So that's not too bad. It's 1 round.
Yeah.
But if they win 2 rounds of the playoff, they win a 4th-round pick in 2028. I would additional pick, like, if they win another round of the playoffs, like, I would have at least asked for a 3rd. Or like maybe even a 2nd for Panarin.
I mean, you know, the more you read this out to me, like it's giving up so much for conditionals, you know, what ifs.
Yeah,
like
it's given up on the potential of what LA's doing, and sadly, right now, Fiala's out for LA for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that was rough to watch.
Which that is a big stone.
Yeah.
In their plans. So now they wanted to ease Panarin a little bit is what I'm guessing. And now they're going to have to go full throttle with him.
Yeah.
They're basically going to have to shove him in Fiala's spot and hope that he can figure out the system fast enough for them to keep in the playoff contention.
But I mean, like, a point per game guy is going to fit in, right? Or you expect him to, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so rare that a guy of that caliber just falls off the face of the earth.
No, totally.
So, but... yeah, no, I mean, trading what is essentially a point per game guarantee for
what ifs.
Oh, yeah, just a boatload of what ifs. What if picks? What if potential? You know, like it's the risk to reward is baffling.
So the only question you get to ask is, how good is the recruiting or the scouting for the New York Rangers? They must have saw something in Liam Greentree that a lot of others didn't, that they feel that Panarin and a conditional 3rd with a potential 4th round is worth.
They must think Greentree is the next coming of Jesus, because
if they don't get at least... if Liam Greentree and that 3rd-round pick in 2026 come, like, at least one of them doesn't even come close to 60, trade's kind of a bust.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Now, talking about trades, since my deadline is March 6th, so there's still a bunch of rumors. Talking about New Jersey again, because they got other players that will probably get traded. Dougie Hamilton is apparently told the New Jersey Devil he wants out of the organization. It's Dougie Hamilton, man. Like, he's been playing for so long. Everybody knows who he is. He's good. He's a two-way defenseman. He's playing a little bit of a lesser role with all the defensemen that the New Jersey have. He submitted a 10-team trade list to his team.
The third of the league.
Yeah, but that's the 10 teams that he submitted. I couldn't find any, but I potentially see him fit in Carolina, and these two other teams really hurt me because I'm a Habs fan. But he could potentially fit in Toronto and in Boston.
Ooh.
Which hurts me because thinking of having McAvoy and Hamilton in Boston is scary.
I mean, any team with a solid defensive core is just scary.
Yeah. Now, another defenseman, too, in the New Jersey is Seamus Casey. He's one of their top prospects. They could flip him for a top 9 forward, which they're hurting for right now, which is why I'm guessing they got Maxim Tsiplovkov.
Mm-hmm.
He was also reportedly in the Quinn Hughes trade offer when they offered Vancouver a trade to get Quinn Hughes with Jack and Luke.
Oh,
and get the Hughes trio going on the...
Yeah.
Which would have been deadly.
I mean, brother pairings in the NHL have a history of...
Oh, well, you would know. You have the Sedins.
I know it all too well. So, I mean, I can understand why they
And
did.
Paul Cotter, he's, in my opinion, a very energetic bottom 6 forward. He gets to the puck. He's fast. He makes the play he needs to do for a third and fourth line guy.
So that, like, spark plug glue guy.
Yeah,
you know?
Maybe, like, your first and second line's having an off night. He'll, like, step up that night. He's, like...
Would you consider him a locker room presence as well? Or is he more just kind of the on-ice presence, you think?
He can maybe be also locker room. I haven't heard much about him in the locker room. But on the ice, you can see that he's very energetic. Like, he'll get in the boards and try to get the puck. Like, the only thing I got from Montreal and Laine, because I know me and you were talking about it earlier, is Montreal may be willing to retain 50% of his salary.
Okay.
Now, do I see potential destinations? Yeah. Again, I see Hurricanes, because they're looking maybe for a sharpshooter. Aho's good, but he's more of a playmaker. Svechnikov is a sharpshooter. He's pretty good. They got Ehlers. He's kind of both. He's like, he has a good shot, but he has good IQ. Yeah. So I feel like maybe Laine just needs to be around people that maybe are just a little...
experienced.
Yeah, because I don't want to say faster, because Montreal's playing a pretty fast pace right now.
Oh, I mean, they're such a young team.
Yeah, so the other team I could see is Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle right now doesn't really have a sharpshooter.
Yeah, no, that doesn't bode well.
Yeah.
You need that guy.
Yeah, but they're doing pretty well right now. So we'll have to see. But those are my 2 destinations that I think. Montreal's also interested in O'Reilly. I've heard Trocheck, reportedly on Thomas as well. Charlie Coyle from Columbus. So it is very apparent that Montreal's looking for a second center.
So, Miggy, I've heard you mention Columbus and Carolina a lot in these trades. Do you think those are 2 teams that are, like, trying to make big moves here to really revamp their season, or?
So Carolina are at the head of the East right now.
Okay.
They're on the top. They want to stay at the top.
Okay.
So whatever they're going to do it so that they improve the team. Okay. They're not going to make a trade that's going to jeopardize anything of the team, Because the last thing you want to do on the trade deadline is ruin your momentum.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with this condensed season due to the Olympics, we already have 50-plus games played.
Yeah.
So we only got 30, less than 30 games to play. So you want to keep that momentum going.
Okay,
right?
so low risk.
Yeah, low risk, kind of high reward, or even Steven kind of.
Yeah.
But the one trade that I was actually interested, and it's kind of it's a mock trade. One of my buddies sent me this on Instagram, and he saw this, and you know all these guys that make mock trades and everything, right? So Montreal would be giving Joshua Raw and Patrick Laine to Seattle. And in return, Montreal would get Shane Wright. Now, what's funny about that is Shane Wright was in Juraj Slafkovsky's draft year. He was supposed to go number 1, and Slafkovsky went number 1. And then Wright went down all the way to number 4.
Ooh.
Now, Slafkovsky's doing, in my opinion, awesome.
Oh, yeah. He's carving out a hell of a career so far.
Shane Wright has not been able to live up to the hype.
What year was that their draft class, if you know off the top of your head?
2023.
Okay, so recent.
2022.
Still recent.
In the recent classes. Yeah. So maybe it was known that Wright had an ego, because when he didn't get picked 3rd, he was like, oh, that hurt. But at the same time, with how players are brought up nowadays, by the age of 13, they keep getting told, oh, you're going to be number 1.
Yeah.
It puts so much pressure on the kid, right? And he performs, and then doesn't get picked 1st overall. It's got to destroy your whole mindset.
Oh, yeah.
Since the age of 13, you're being told, hey,
yeah,
you're going to be 1st overall. There's not even a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, you're the best in your town, then your city, then your district,
Yeah.
then your province, or heck, you can even be the best in your country for a year or two leading up. But yeah, it just doesn't pan out sometimes.
Some players aren't able to go from minors to majors.
Yeah.
So, now talking about Columbus.
Yeah.
I actually have something written down for you that you might like. In the off season, so I'm talking a little bit up ahead now. I feel like they should get this done before. All these 4 players are going to be UFA'd in this summer. Mason Marchment, Boone Jenner, Charlie Coyle, Eric Gruberson. Columbus needs to sign these.
Like all of them.
Needs to sign all 4 of these guys.
Okay.
They will play a major part. Boone Jenner is their captain. So already,
Oh yeah, I mean,
Mason Marchment brings the physicality and the goal-scoring touch. Charlie Coyle is a good goal scorer as well. If Columbus signs those 4, I feel like Columbus will be a real menace this year. Before the Olympic break, they finished 10-1. So that means out of 22 points, they had 20 points in their last 11 games.
in the last 11 games leading up to the break. Yeah.
So
obviously they have something going there, and
Yeah.
to lose all 4 to free agency would just, I mean, that just kills any potential for next year unless they've got a big plan.
exactly, especially with their defenseman Werenski
Yeah.
doing so well. Now, another trade that I heard that could happen, depending, I'm not sure, it's all reportedly by now. Morgan Riley wants out of Maple Leafs. Which, hey, everybody wants out of Maple Leafs. It's Maple Leafs.
I mean, I don't blame them.
Yeah. So it's to see, but there's reports of them talking to the Sharks. So we'll see where that comes from. But so far, I do not have much on that. Now, talking about free agency earlier with the Columbus 4.
Yeah.
we have Alex Tuck. That is a very good player and is at the end of his contract at Buffalo. Sabres want to sign him, but it was stated that both sides of the party need to approve. So is that stating that they can't agree on the amount? Are they gonna figure it out, or is Tuck gonna walk? I feel like Tuck is very much a glue guy, if you know what I mean when I talk about glue guy.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like it'd be a great mistake for Buffalo to let him walk, and that it'll bite them for years to come. Now you have Sergei Bobrovsky.
Ooh, that's a big name, even I know.
He is off of his 7-year, $70 million contract. At the end of the year, Florida would have $23 million open.
Okay.
So, him, and I think they only have 2 or 3 more free agents. They have to lock down Bobrovsky, and they have to do it quick. Because he is one of the best goalies in the league right now. Florida's having a rough time, yes, but look at the stats. Bobrovsky's one of the best goalies. Now you got Adrian Kempe. We've heard about him. He was in the Olympics. He got signed, so he's no longer on the board. The Kings signed him till 2033 on an 8-year deal.
Yeah.
Nashis from Avalanche.
Yep.
He was supposed to be UFA. Avalanche signed him till 2030.
Okay.
Evgeny Malkin and Alex Ovechkin are on the same boat right now. They're both near 40.
Yeah.
I think Ovi is 40.
I'm pretty sure he's 41 in 3 months.
They both haven't hinted at retirement, but the 2 options they have right now is a short-term deal or retirement at their age.
I mean, Ovi, I can understand signing short-term so he can hit that, 1,000 goal mark?
Yeah.
If I were in his shoes, if his body can still do it, I'd do it. Evgeny Malkin, though,
And all depend with Malkin, because there have been a lot of rumors this year about Crosby getting traded.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because Pittsburgh wasn't supposed to be as good as they are, and they turned out to be. So,
yeah.
I personally feel Crosby should finish his years off at Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
So, we'll see how that goes. But, which leads me actually to the surprises and concerns of my year. Pittsburgh last year was 25th. It's not really a good number to be finishing at.
Nah, not if you got Crosby and Malkin.
This year, at the Olympics, they're 8th.
Oh, at the break, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Buffalo last year was 26th. At the Olympic break, they're 9th. Detroit was 21st. At the break, they're 7th. Jets were 1st last year. They were the team to beat. And they're 28th this year. Something's not going well at Winnipeg. And I think I know what happened. They let Ehlers walk.
I mean, when you let a big name like that walk after, I mean, you don't get any more successful of a regular season in the first place. You let a name like that walk. I mean, it's not a choice that any GM should be making. I mean, you're first. You keep those guys together. You've got the chemistry. You've got the talent. You cannot be letting players walk unless you're getting a return. And they didn't.
So, Ehlers was the Jets' glue guy. And it shows this year.
Oh, yeah.
Vancouver last year were 18th. Middle of the pack. I thought they were going to stay in the middle of the pack. They are 32nd. I feel sorry.
it hurts. It's disappointing because you're right. They should have been a middle of the pack, young guys improving, them finding their identity kind of team this year, and it has been night after night after night of just failure, for lack of a better word.
Same happened with the Flames.
Yep.
They were 15th last year. They're now 29th. And now my favorite one. Leafs last year were 4th. They are 20th this year.
I know we as Canadian citizens that don't cheer for the Leafs, we love to hate on the Leafs, but they had a stellar year last year. Like, 4th is nothing to scoff at. Nobody really expected it. We expected them to be decent, to be good, but 4th was a huge step, and it's crumbled this year.
Totally. So, Leafs are going to have to figure something out, because as much as I love hating on them, they have the star power, and they traded, in my opinion, their hardest working forward. So we'll see how they recover. Maybe it's just an off year. Next year they'll go back to being the Maple Leafs, which I'm going to be swearing at the TV. And
I mean, it's always first round exit, so we don't got much to worry about there.
Yeah. So now talking about the races for the trophies. I follow this almost religiously. The Vezina is right now, the top 3 is Sorokin, Vasilevsky, and Thompson. All those teams are in the top 15, if I am not mistaken. Should be Islanders, Lightnings, and Capitals.
Islanders are 11th in the league. Lightning are top 2. They're second. They're 5 points behind the Avs. And you said the Capitals are just outside there. Nope, you're right. They're 14th. They're with all 3 of those teams are within the top 15.
They're all posting great numbers. The Calder, you got Schaefer.
Yep.
He's doing great. He's doing more than great. You got Seneke from the Ducks. He's doing great. He has 44 points. You got Demidov from the Habs, who has 46 points. It's going to be a tight Calder race. I am trying to be very not biased right now because of Demidov. But point-wise and skill-wise, it is going to be a tight race.
Should be a fun one to watch then.
Yep. The Hart, that's the MVP.
Yep.
McKinnon, Celebrini, McDavid, Kucherov. All names we've heard. Celebrini coming in there is insane at the age he's at, but he has proved this year time and again that he is there to help his team.
At 19, the potential that kid has with how good he already is scary.
Yeah, totally. The Norris, you have Makar, Werenski, Hughes, Bouchard, Hudson. It's a tight race. They all have 10 points difference. The plus and minus is close except for maybe Bouchard. But Bouchard is known for his plus and minus being a little bit on the wonky side. The Richard, that's the goals. You got McKinnon, McDavid, Caulfield, and Robinson. And even Caulfield and Robinson are tied with Kaprizov, Boldy, and Geeky at 32. So it's a 5-way tie at 32 for goals. The Art Ross, McDavid, Kucherov, McKinnon, Celebrini again. That's the most points. And Jack Adam, Coach of the Year. You got John Cooper. We know John Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
He's coached the Canadian team. He's a stellar coach. You got Dave Muse. He's doing well too. You got Jared Bednar. He's doing well too. So I feel like this is going to be another tight race that we're going to have to pay attention. Now, to follow up the points, McDavid presently is the leader in points with 96. McKinnon with 93. Kucherov with 91. Celebrini with 81. And Draisaitl with 80. Now, goal-wise, like I said earlier, there's a 5-way tie for 32.
Yeah.
McDavid's at 34 and McKinnon's at 40.
These are close races.
Oh, yeah. Right now, they are close. The goal one is a little far. 6 goals is a lot. But if McKinnon lays off the goals a little bit, McDavid, Kaprizov, those guys could all catch up.
Well, I mean, you've got, 6 guys from 32 to 34 goals. I mean, one bad week from McKinnon, and any one of those guys just jumps.
Now, again, rookie points, like I was mentioning earlier. Ryan Leonard from the Capitals have 30. Oliver Kapanen from Montreal has 31. Schaefer from the Islanders have 39. Seneke from the Ducks have 44. And Demi Dove has 46. It is a tight Calder. Now, the favorite right now is Schaefer because 39 points for a defenseman is a rookie defenseman is pretty fucking good.
That's really that's a lot of points.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. It'll depend. I think it'll just depend on who makes it in the playoffs and who makes it the furthest in the playoff.
Yeah.
That's what happened kind of last year. I feel like last year, as Happy Hudson won it, if Wolf made it in the playoffs, he might have just won it.
I mean, that's the thing that's always bugged me as a fan is that these regular season awards that are supposed to be just regular season, they always get so impacted by playoffs, which on paper they shouldn't be, but we all know they do. So I think you're right. I think the playoff picture is going to affect that.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna wrap this up with players that were hot before the Olympics and teams to watch afterwards, and we'll see how it goes from there. So Mark Stone, 3 games before the Olympics, 6 assists, 1 goal. Roman Josi, 3 games before the Olympics, 5 assists, 1 goal. Pretty solid numbers. Then you got Matt Boldy that has 6 assists and 5 goals in 6 games. That's 11 points in 6 games. Insane. Was hot out of the gate. Let's see if he gets hot when he comes back. Now, teams to watch after the Olympics. Columbus, will they carry the momentum they had before the Olympics? Going 10-1 before, are they going to carry that? We'll have to see. Edmonton, we'll have to see with Draisaitl being upset about his performances in Germany. I didn't think he did as good as he should have. McDavid running the high because he's going in the finals. Nashville, multiple guys are trying to boost their trade values to get into better teams. Ottawa, they were 6-3 before the Olympics. They could maybe start right hot. We'll have to. It's just see who can get their feet going real quick. Now, before I do leave, I just want to cover the PWHL real quick. Fleet are first with 30 points. Frost are second, 28. Montreal with 27. New York with 24. Ottawa with 22. Vancouver with 19. Toronto with 17. And Seattle with 16. It is literally mid-season for them when they come back from the Olympics. Will the Charges keep the momentum they're going? Because before the Olympics, they won 4 straight. And Emily Clark had a hell of an Olympic run. Will the Golden Eyes, Sarah Nurse, wanted to make up for the Olympics? I did not hear her once. So, every team has between 4 to 16 games left. Is just going to have to keep track. And, yeah, PWHL is doing very well. NHL is doing very well. That's it for the Triple Threat Podcast.
Mama, I killed a man.